Just a stone's throw from historic Monument Circle in downtown Indianapolis. We are at the beautiful Lucas Oil Stadium. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from Indianapolis.
From the end zone comes Chris Claybrooks to return. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
They'll try the left side with Etienne.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On the return, it's Rodgers.
Touchdown, Indianapolis. He returns the punt 64 yards on the score. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff.
Claybrooks going to bring this one out.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
Chris Claybrooks.
And he will score. Touchdown. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor.
And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Now this, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. And it was the visiting Colts who won that first matchup. So they'll look for the season sweep here back home in Indy.
Play action. Now it's Locke. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And got his man complete. And he's going to be ripped down by the face mask at the end of this, and that's going to add 15 more onto the end of this thing. So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Now a give to Taylor. Taylor's got the first down and more. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number?
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Maurice Hurst able to drop him for a loss of a couple. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Here's Locke to throw. Got a man, it's Pittman, and he hooks it in for the Colts touchdown. Michael Pittman, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Colts have taken the lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Claybrooks going to bring this one out. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
18-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means...
Oh, he sheds himself free. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
ETN with it.
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41.
On 2nd down, a run with ETN.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
Here's Lawrence. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off around the 41. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
That's good for the Colts. First down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Allen Lazard. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And it's now 21-7.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Claybrooks going to bring this one out. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. The result's not great thus far. A punt on the first drive and an interception last time out.
Now, let's face it, every team wants to come out on the field and play with some confidence, play with some tempo, play with some rhythm. And when you're making those types of mistakes, you're not getting any of that put together.
So what do you say, time to get back to the basics for them?
In a lot of ways, yes, but the biggest one, of course, is finding people who will take care of the football and make a few plays. You've got to have a drive now that calms down the entire team.
Well, this defense for the Colts, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. A little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
They'll run with Etienne.
And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. A handoff for Etienne.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33.
On 3rd down, here's Etienne.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
On this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Dan Arnold with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. After the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Taken at the goal line.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And, of course, this a critical game in regards to not just the division race, but playoff seeding as well. They are a game up, but a loss here could really muddy the waters.
And both of these teams want to clear things up about how they feel about each other and their standing in the league. Because these two teams, they've really been the cream of the crop in their division. So this game, it's been looming on both of their schedules.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Block off a play action. Got a man, that's Lazard. He'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory.
42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
At the 46-yard line.
To throw it is Locke. And his throw here's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
A field goal would tie it, but they want more. They're going for it.
Locke going to go on 4th down. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Locke.
Finding Lazard over towards the sideline.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. 2nd down and goal. Locke. Touchdown, Colts! Harris Campbell with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead now up to 14.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Claybrooks going to bring this one out. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Oh, Johnson, nice grab.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. There's Manhurts, the tight end.
That catch good for only a couple. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. And he's got room. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it. 44 yards on the ground for him so far.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
Now, I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Lock. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Yeah, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite at that level and not at that age. But I
was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
Eluding the pressure right.
And Lawrence going to smartly hit the deck here as he is able to pick up the first down in the process.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
On first down, Lawrence.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Jaguars get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Lambeau to add on the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Makes the score Colts 35, Jaguars 21.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And he returns this to the 22.
Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Throw left side here, complete to Campbell. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt.
Blankenship's kick is good.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Oh, did the Jags get this? Yes, Jags football. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
From midfield now, Lawrence.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. With touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. That ball caught by Campbell. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor fighting him off. Still shedding tackles. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
96 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
First down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
On play action, Locke. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
6 brings up second and 4.
They'll run the toss here with Taylor.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but...
And he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Now Lawrence on first down. Flushed out right. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. Still fighting for more. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Lawrence. This is caught. Touchdown. Laviska Shenault with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jaguars are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Let's take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. So that'll back him up 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Play action. Now it's Locke. This is Lazard with a catch out left. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
You can't block me. You can't block me. 50 seconds to run. 50 seconds to run.
On the handoff, Taylor.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Second down and 3.
They fake the handoff. Now Locke. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
135 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33.
50 seconds to mine. 50 seconds to mine.
Now Locke. They'll roll him out right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Now on 2nd and 13. Locke. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Harris Campbell, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Colts are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
On play action, Lawrence.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Locke now on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
K'Lavon Chaisson.
Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
On second down, it's Taylor.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up. Blankenship's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control.
Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Now Blankenship on for the PAT.
And that stretches the lead to 27. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
At the 25-yard line, the Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. And connecting here with DJ Shark.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column, but as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked up by Caden Stearns.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that will extend this big lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Claybrook's going to bring this one out.
And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go.
He's got him in, complete. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched him before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the fourth.
No, not at all. And they're trying to get something going after one there. But you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And some space here. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Here's Locke to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Block off of play action. That's going to be caught by Allie Cox. Flexing his muscle again. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll actually throw it with Locke. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Locke. Buying time to his left. He's got the hook up to Lazard. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They'll run here with Taylor. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Locke. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Next the score, Colts 76, Jaguars 42.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Clay Brooks going to bring this one out. No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he goes diving to get as much as he can, following a big gain. A nice little cherry on top there at the end. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first. Oh, he fakes a spike. Being chased out left. And he's going to get into the end zone. So the fake spike works, and they score. Trevor Lawrence. Fine work there on the touchdown run. And the Jags get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth-quarter deficit. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
On first down, Taylor. They find some open field here. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Blankenship out for the point after. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
At the 25-yard line. The Jaguars take over first and 10.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their...
And got his man complete! And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Colts, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants.
come forward.